Wandering through the great plains of life, things move fast, sometimes a blur. Don't you let this bumpy road separate you from the herd. And when you think the day is done, the sun is getting low, we're all looking for something rare, the great white buffalo. The Great White Buffalo Podcast with Ben Mayfield.
On my way over here, guess what happened?
All right, what happened?
I almost died. That's what happened. I'm driving. Oh, also, mind you, I'm kind of blind, and I don't drive with my glasses. When I went to the DMV, they told me I didn't have to.
Whoa, slow down there for a second.
Sorry.
You're blind?
I can't
And you were
really
driving
see.
at night?
Yeah.
Why are you driving at all? It doesn't matter if it's night or day if you're blind.
I'm just... I don't have 20/20, you know? I mean, 2020. Yeah,
2020 is like... Well, they say that's the best vision, but I don't know if it is or not. But
Well, I don't have that.
you don't have that at all?
No, I'm not even close. I need my glasses.
Like
Anyway.
you're like a 15-15. Got it.
Might even be less than that, but I'm driving over here, and I'm already a little bit worried because it's nighttime and I'm driving, and it's a little rainy out, kind of, a little gross. That just adds to it. This deer bolts out in front of me, and I was like, I slammed on my brakes, and there was a car behind me. It really stressed me out. And then I pulled in like your neighborhood, and this dog ran out in front of me.
This neighborhood has so many deer.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous.
I think Dahlonega does in general, but
Yeah, well,
especially out here.
there was a the other day I was driving and I got a text message, and I do not text and drive. Let that be known to all my
He
listeners.
only snaps and drives.
Yeah, only Snapchat and drive. Only a vlog.
Right.
But that's like totally different.
Right.
But I had this thing. I was like, dude, just like, and I just like kind of like closed it so the bright light, because it was nighttime. And as soon as I did that, I closed it. Like a pack of deer ran out. And if I was just distracted for a split second, looking at a phone, pop, 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 I would have killed a whole family.
Yeah.
And they probably would have killed me because there's a bunch of them. So deer are dangerous.
Yeah. We almost hit one last night when we were driving too. Me and Caroline were driving around, and we almost hit one.
Who was driving?
Caroline was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because don't you normally drive? Right?
Yeah, normally.
The professional driver?
Yeah.
So you're the blind one, but yet you're a better driver than Caroline?
I can put my glasses on and
Controversial thing. Caroline is a huge listener to the podcast. We're going to get her on. We're going to have a driving debate.
Okay. I can put my glasses on and suddenly I'm the world's best driver.
Oh, okay.
Take away my accent that I got in when I was 16. That wasn't my fault.
Yeah. Well, welcome to another episode of the Great White Buffalo Podcast. I'm your host, Ben Mayfield. And to my left, I'm really excited. So this is the first podcast. Well, I tell you it's the first podcast. It's not the first podcast. It's like number 80-something podcast.
Right.
But this is the first podcast where I've interviewed on YouTube female one-on-one. Because I was about to say the first one-on-one, then I realized Nathan was the first episode I did. But his episode has a little bit of like a weird tint to it.
Oh,
so
okay.
if you watch it, it looks like a Western movie.
Oh.
And I did not know that until afterwards. And I was like, oh, God. So I fixed it. So this is like normal tint.
Good lighting.
So you're the best good lighting individual interview
Thank
I've had.
goodness.
And if you haven't already, subscribe on our YouTube channel. As of today, we're up to 91 subscribers, which is like...
That's really cool.
Yeah, I don't even know 91 people.
No, me either.
So that's not true. I invited like 1,000 people, but 91's pretty good, right?
I think so.
And then we're on Apple, Spotify. Like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. They say if you don't say it early...
Right, people lose interest and they'll forget.
Well, I hope they don't lose interest. I hope they listen to the whole episode, Sydney. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my guest, Sydney Smith, to my left.
Hey.
She's like, people are going to listen to this for 4 minutes and just like, nah, I'm good.
No, but they'll forget. They'll watch the whole thing, listen to the whole thing, of course, and then they're like, move on with their day and forget to subscribe.
Yeah.
So don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't be one of those people. Subscribe right now.
And I like this. I'm also wearing the merch too.
Oh, yeah. I should have put my merch on.
Yeah. Well, I've always I didn't really, when you do Apple and Spotify, when you do a podcast, people don't see your merch.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about it.
And now I'm on YouTube and I'm like,
right. You got to
should wear my merch more.
Yeah.
We have stickers.
Turns it around. He's wearing it backwards for those of you who can't see.
Yeah, I know. On the audio only. Because I don't like wearing my hat forward. So it's like, here's the Great White Buffalo Podcast hat, but I don't wear it forward.
Right.
Anyways, I don't know. I've had a bunch of people. I think I said this the other day on a podcast. I was struggling emotionally. In fact, I said this on a podcast that we can't air because the audio got messed up. Like, shout out to Jake and Nathan. They came and did an episode. Love them to death. The audio got messed up. So I still
Such a
have
shame.
it, but it's like
Right.
towards about 15 minutes into it, every like 15 seconds, it like scratches. And it's like, okay, well, you can't use that. But one of the things we talked about on there, talking about subscribing in YouTube and this podcast, is do you ever struggle with validation with other people?
Oh, for sure.
Like even sometimes people you don't really know. Because I was hosting a trivia thing with Wesley, and one of the things I did was we had a bonus points. If you subscribe to the Great White Buffalo podcast, you would get bonus points on the trivia. And we had to walk around and go see if everybody subscribed. And we at that time we had like maybe 70. Right? And so we go around, get to like 95 subscribers. And I'm like freaking out, like, oh, heck yeah, we just got 25 new subscribers, blah, blah, blah. We do the whole trivia night. I go back at the end of the night, we're at 79. And it was something like, we did the math, there was like 12 people unsubscribed while still playing trivia. And so at first I was like, who are these people?
Right.
Do they hate me? Do I have enemies? Do I need to make a list and take them out?
Gosh.
Is that pretty bad?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's a little bad. Like, I mean, at least wait till you're out of the house before you
right?
unsubscribe.
Like right in front of the person.
Gosh. And so then I did that. And I kind of had this like struggle with like validation. Like, oh my gosh, like, why am I even doing this? People don't even want to subscribe for bonus points, you know, for a trip. Well, they did, but then they immediately unsubscribed. And then I had to remind myself, and I think a lot of people need to do this when they get into situations where they're seeking either like Instagram or Snapchat or even like people we're not like in our inner circle. We start seeking this validation. Is I had Alex Hensley, shout out to Alex, has painted me tons of stuff for the podcast. I've had Jake Riggs write me an intro song.
Yeah.
And all I bought them both lunch. That was my payment for them. So if this ever blows up, then like we want some royalties. I paid you Los Rios.
Right.
We had an agreement.
Yeah.
You didn't know I was going to be famous.
Right.
And so like I did that. Jackson Payne, shout out to Jackson, has created thumbnails, like the little pictures for the YouTube channel. He actually just texted me like 5 minutes ago. Was like, hey, when's the next episode coming out? Because he wants to make another thumbnail.
Perfect.
You've talked about creating artwork and doing stuff for us. And I realized like I have a community of people who listen, who support me, who care about me. And that's where like we have to realize that we have outlets that are positive and supportive and not try to seek it from some invisible thing.
Yeah.
Those people don't matter. They're irrelevant.
Irrelevant. Period. I kind of feel that. I want to start my business. I want to do like little... I like my painting stuff, and that's fun. But I
Very
also...
talented.
Thank you. I want to make like
painted this
t-shirts.
right here.
I did paint that. I love it. I want to make like t-shirts and stuff. I don't know. I feel like that's a good business to get into, especially with sorority things. Like you can just make so much money off of that. And I've been busy with stuff. I haven't really gotten around to it. And the other day, this girl texted me that's in my sorority, and she was like, hey, one of my friends that's in a completely different sorority needs t-shirts. And like, is it okay if I give her your name? I was like, absolutely. Like, tell everyone else you know too. So I'm just like, people like that, like looking out for me, have my back, trying to get me some business. I love it.
Well, like I had a coworker text me. I was telling you off mic, like just said, hey, I want to subscribe. What's the name of your podcast? And I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, hey, it's Grow Buffalo. And I just feel like we're in a season right now where we could really focus on our mental health and not try to seek, and some people may be listening going, oh, Ben, I don't struggle with that. But just seeing like where I work with ministry and working with people, even college age, young adults, even big adults, and they just like to mask it a little bit better with older adults, is you have to start recognizing where your identity and like who you, who gives you value. And for me, in my faith, because I know not everybody listening is a Christian, but for me, it's my faith and it's my Lord. And if that is my rock, then I can't be shaken.
Right.
You know, my foundation's so solid. You know?
So solid.
I've been doing that a lot lately.
Yeah.
I was doing Bible study, and I was like, do you know what I'm saying? And you're like, I think so, Ben. And I was like, you gotta be bold. And they're like, okay. This is sorry. So
I think it's really funny for the people just listening and they can't see what you're doing.
bold. Are you bold or are you not?
Gosh.
Are you a bold person?
I think I am. I think it depends on what areas of my life. I think I'm
okay.
bold in certain things, but less bold in others.
What does that mean?
I think
Where are you not bold and where you are bold?
I think socially, if I have like a person standing next to me that I can like walk into somewhere with, I'll be the most bold person there is.
That's
I'll
facts.
walk in.
I've seen that.
Yeah. But if I don't have someone with me, I get a little nervous, and then I walk in, I kind of feel the room, get a vibe for whatever's going on, and then I can slowly become more bold.
Dude, did you tell your Cy Robertson story last time on the podcast?
Not last. I don't know that I have.
Because that's an example
exactly what I was thinking.
where you were texting a couple of us like, I'm nervous, and we're like, Sydney, like, we're there with you in spirit. We know you're bold. We know you're hilarious.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know. And then you went in there, and it was the most bold thing you could do.
Yeah.
We want to tell people.
Should I tell them?
Yeah, tell them.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
I don't know if I have, so I'm sorry if I've already said this, but when I joined the sorority, I'm in Phi Mu. When I joined,
Phi what now?
Phi Mu.
Phi Mu.
No.
wait, that's not a term of endearment. I'm sorry.
No, it's not.
Love Phi Mu. Yeah.
Anyway.
We've had a lot. We've had Sarah Kate.
Yeah.
Shout out Sarah Kate, Phi Mu, and Lou. Nathan's girlfriend is a Phi Mu. So we're all about Phi Mu's.
Yeah, we love Phi Mu's.
Yeah.
And Phi Mu's love you. There we go.
Yeah.
But I had joined Phi Mu, and at the time I still lived an hour away, and so I wanted to come to the events and stuff, but I lived an hour away. So I drove all the way up to Dahlonega this one particular day, and I signed like the form to join Phi Mu, like the official, like I'm in it. And the girl that was there that I signed it with had told me, she was like, we have a social tonight, and it's dress. It was like in October when I joined, so it was Halloween themed, but it was like dress is something that starts with the first letter of your name. Conveniently for Halloween, you, me, and shout out to Sarah Kate.
Yeah.
Were some of the Robertson men.
Yeah, from Duck Dynasty.
Duck Dynasty. So I just so happened to have a Cy Robertson costume on hand. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this is kind of my time. Like this would be so iconic for a freshman to walk in to Johnny B's, the only bar in Dahlonega, and hashtag be bold. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, I don't know. Like I was really nervous about it.
As Cy Robertson from
Cy Robertson,
Dynasty.
yeah.
The old man
with the sweet tea, yeah. So I drive all the way home because that party wasn't for like another 9 hours or something. And I was like, well, I'm not going to stand around here for 9 hours and I don't have my costume with me. So I drive all the way home. That night happened to be Wednesday night. So I go to Bible study. What's up? And I'm talking to you guys all about it. I'm like, I don't know. Like, should I go? I don't want to be embarrassing. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'll do something else if I do go. I don't know anyone in the sorority. Like, I can't walk in alone. Like, that's awkward, whatever. And you guys were hyping me up so much. And Sarah Kate was like, Sydney, like, this is going to be so cool of you. Like, you need to go do it. So I end up driving all the way back to Dahlonega that night. My parents, full support of me. I walk downstairs. Their daughter is standing there in a hat and a beard.
Maybe I can put a picture of it, like on the video.
Yeah, we can find something.
We'll put it on Instagram too. You can see it.
Okay, perfect. I'll send it to you. I have shown so many people this picture. I love it. So I drive all the way to Dahlonega. I get out of the car and I put on waders that my brother had that were maybe 5 sizes too big for me. I had stopped at Walmart on the way to Dahlonega and grabbed a gallon of sweet tea. I'm fixing up my outfit. I had my glasses on, so I was looking like a full-on old man. And I walk in, and I'm really nervous. I'm texting you guys the whole time. I was texting you. I was texting my parents. I was like, I'm about to turn around and go home. Like, I can't do this. And they were like, no, Sydney, like, just walk in. So I go in.
Did they even ID you?
Well, this is my first time ever being in a bar. And so I didn't know that I had to bring an ID. It just didn't.
We do not endorse underage.
No, I wasn't going there to drink. I was going there for the social life.
Yeah, this was social.
But I walk in, and the guy that's saying this is also a Phi Mu event specifically. So
okay, so it's like designed for.
You can't get in unless you're on a list. It's like exclusive.
Okay.
So
exclusive. Okay.
All
right.
It's pretty easy to get on the list. But anyway, I walk in, and the guy's like, "What's your name?" And I was like, "Sydney." I'm saying on a side. I'm like, the one thing I want to do is just walk right in and like start talking to people that I know. But this guy is holding me up. He's like, what's your name? I need to find you on the list. And I was like, well, I just signed on today. Like, I'm not sure if I'll be on the list. And he was like, okay, I got you. You can go in. So I start to walk in, and the bouncer stops me. And he was like, where's your ID? And I was like, I don't have an ID. Like, I didn't bring it with me. I don't have it on hand. And he was like, well, I can't let you in. And I was like, why not? Like, I'm not coming here to drink. Like, I had to drive an hour back home later. Like, I just let me in. And he was like, okay. So he puts X's on my hands, and I start to walk in, and he's like, wait, you can't bring your sweet tea in. That is the most discouraging thing anyone can ever say to a
That's
young...
the most iconic part about Cy Robertson.
Yes, I was
That's
like, no, like, you don't understand. If you take away my sweet tea, I'm just gonna be like looking like a weird old man walking around this bar.
Like you're from Dahlonega.
Right. I was like, no one's gonna know who I am. Like, this whole theme is like dress as something that starts with the first letter of your name. I was like, nobody's...
And you're telling him this right now? Are there people behind you like trying to get in?
No, because I had gotten there a little bit late, but the party was like so bumping that it was kind of pouring out of the main door into the area where they check your ID. So there's like people that are already in the party that are kind of pouring out a little bit, like just to make more room.
Mm-hmm.
So all these people that are already in there are like watching this entire interaction go down. And I was like, you can't take my tea. Like, they need to know who I am. And he was like, I can't let you bring it in there. And I was like, all right, like, I get it. You're not trying to lose your job. So
Right.
I just leave the tea on the counter with him, and I walk in, and at this point, everyone at the front is staring
Do
at
you still
me.
have your teacup?
I do have my teacup, yes.
Okay, at least that's...
Empty teacup,
okay.
but yeah, that was, crucial part to this next part of the story. So I walk in, everyone's staring at me, and I don't like to cause a scene unless it's, for good. Like,
okay.
if it's a hashtag bold moment, then I'll cause a scene. So I walk in, everyone's staring at me, and I'm like, this is not good. So I raise my teacup, and I just shout. I was like, let's go. Everyone picks up their glasses, and they just start, like, having a party. It was great. So...
And that's how you became Phi Mu president.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
no, not
No,
quite.
no,
Not yet.
The most famous Phi Mu.
Right. Well, then I went to a Phi social later just with some of the new girls that had all joined, and I joined a little bit later, so I didn't go through the rush process with all of them. So I walk into this other event, and they're all asking me my name and everything. And at one point, this one older girl that was there, she was like, introducing me to some of the girls, and she was like, she was Cy at the party, and everyone like went dead silent. They were like, oh, we know you.
Yeah, like, oh, that's who that is.
You. Yeah.
And I also forgot Michaela and Madison Brown, Phi Muse.
Yeah.
They've been on the podcast.
Yeah. There you go.
Shout out to them. Sorry. Yeah, that's how you're known. And you also did. If you don't know, Sydney's a master of disguises.
Yeah.
She also did Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri, yeah.
Or Fieri,
Fieri, yeah.
And then you also did like Frat Guy.
I did, yeah.
And
so,
that one was almost like too good.
a little too good. I FaceTimed
Like-
my mom in the frat. That costume was just for chapter. It was like dress as your favorite toxic boy or something. And I was like, well, I don't know what toxic boys look like, so I'll just be a frat dude. So I had called my mom that day. I put like eyeshadow all on my chin. I was like, I full on beard.
It was kind of weird.
It was weird. I had a backwards hat on.
It was weird because it looked so good. Like it was
Well,
like
I FaceTimed my mom, and she's just staring at me, and she was like, why do you look just like your brother? I was like, no. I was like, I'm taking this off right now. Yeah.
No.
But the Guy Fieri costume, I wore that for many different things. I stretched that costume out so far. I wore it to everything. But I went to another social in that costume, and to this day, I'm still like reintroducing myself to people. I'm like, I was Guy Fieri at like y'all's social, and they're like, oh my gosh, I took a picture with you. I'm like, yeah.
like Orsai.
Orsai.
Okay. In college one time we went to Walmart, and I don't know if this is still popular, and we were pretty nerdy. We were not on the list for exclusive 5 parties, me and my friends, but we would do hide and go seek at Walmart.
At Walmart, I love it.
Have you? Okay. I don't know if that's
I've never done it, but I love this idea.
Well, we did do it,
Okay.
and we played, and we did like late at night, so it would be. And back then, Walmart was 24/7.
Right.
So it was like we would go there like at midnight and just
Right.
play till like 2. And so I know it sounds lame,
No,
but
I
it's
love
actually
it.
pretty
I
fun.
want to do it.
Well, one time you've seen my Harry Potter outfit.
Oh, for sure.
I've dressed up the Harry Potter outfit with the robe, and I had the wand, and I was walking around like, doing spells and stuff like, Accio, Timothy, like trying to find,
Yeah.
it's like, where's thy Timothy? And I kept doing Lord Voldemort, but like, Harry Potter, the boy who lives, has come to die.
You didn't even do it right.
Is that what he says? Has come to die?
He says has now come to die, but yeah.
Oh, well, read the book. It's different than the book.
Oh, okay. I don't read. I watch the movies.
Oh, okay. Has come to die.
Maybe he does say that. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I feel like you're a bigger Harry Potter fan than I
Harry
am.
Potter, the boy who lives,
Has come to die.
And so I was like doing this, and one of my
Right.
employees was like, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
just like I kept
Typical
walking,
Walmart
and I was
stuff.
just like doing it like Roman. And then if you put on the cloak, it
Right.
looks pretty scary.
Yeah, I bet.
It was pretty awesome. It's one of my it's one of my highlights of my life.
I absolutely bet it is.
Of doing Harry Potter hide and go seek. We endorse that 1000%.
Right.
Go do maybe not the Harry Potter part, but
No, the Harry Potter part,
okay,
for sure.
yeah. Casting
Actually,
spells.
don't do it unless you're dressing up as Harry Potter.
Yeah, otherwise
Yeah,
you're weird,
then
bro.
you're kind of strange.
Because then if they say something, you're like, well, you're discriminatory against wizards,
Right.
which is typical Muggles, you know?
Yeah.
Like this is how wizards play hide and go seek.
Right.
You do it in Walmarts late at night, like
Yeah.
da-da.
Da-da.
We're on actually on London time,
Right.
you know, because that's where Hogwarts is.
Because we're English.
English. Oh my gosh.
I ran into this guy at the bar the other night, and he came. Oh no, am I messing up?
No, you're fine.
Okay. He came up to me and he said something, and I realized that he's British.
He's not British. There's no
No.
way. There's no way.
Okay, well, either way, if he wasn't
He
British,
chose Dahlonega to live.
I know that's what I'm.
First of all, beautiful
right.
city.
Beautiful, we love it. But he starts talking to me in his little English accent, and if y'all don't know me, you don't know, but I love accents, and so immediately, whether he was British or not, I became British, and so I started talking to him in my British accent, and his little buddy comes up and he goes, "Are you English, mate?" I was like, "Yeah, I am. What part are you from?"
That's terrible. What?
They ate it up. They loved it. It was so funny.
Because I don't know if you want to admit to this, but she used to say that your internal voice was British.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, you
Yeah,
used to
my
say that all the
subconscious
time.
voice that's going off 24/7 is a British accent all the time.
We one time I worked at Jekyll 4-H Center, loved Jekyll, and it was a Sunday night. Kids came on Monday nights at 4-H camp, and then they would leave on Fridays.
Right.
And it was overnight, so Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday, Thursday night, they'd leave on Friday, and they would come with their 4-H agent. They wouldn't come with their parents weren't there. But anyways, it was Sunday night, and all the counselors were hanging out. And I was like, I'm a third year at this point, which is a little older.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm like, I really want to challenge myself this week at camp. Like, I want to do something that's like makes me like I can prove that I'm an awesome counselor. And I'm saying this to the other counselors.
Right.
They're like, okay, Ben, like, because I was already pretty like goofy, energy,
Right.
like kids loved me. So like, what are you gonna do? And I was like, I'm gonna be British all week.
Yeah.
And they're like, and they all did like a time thing. Like, I give it an hour. I give it a day. I give it like maybe half a day.
Yeah.
And if you know me, I will
You commit.
I will commit to the
Right.
challenge, and I will far succeed your expectations.
Absolutely.
And so from the day that they came, Monday, to the day that Friday, and they were leaving, and the whole like you're with these kids 12 plus hours a day.
Right.
British accent. I had a whole backstory. Some would say lying. I would say more undercover, like an
Right.
acting role.
Right.
I was just trying to challenge myself.
Yeah.
And I literally had like relatives.
Yeah.
And,
Adele.
And the only Adele this was before she was big.
Right.
She's like an up and coming underground
Yeah.
musician. You probably wouldn't heard of her.
My aunt.
My aunt. You ever heard the Beatles? I don't know. It's like not a big deal. Like we're kind of like a group. And the only stipulation was the counselors couldn't snitch.
Okay.
Like so they couldn't say
Right.
anything. And then on Friday, the kids are about to leave, and then it's like Friday morning, and the counselors are like, "Oh, like, you gonna tell
Gotta
them?
tell 'em, yeah.
Like you're not really from England?" And I was like, "No." They're like, "Why not?" And I was like, "Well, one, I committed to the whole week of camp.
Right.
I'm not
Why
gonna
would
let-
I end it in
why
this
would-
last
And then
hour?
the last thing they're gonna remember is me lying
Yeah.
to them.
No.
Like, no, I'm in England forever. like, I'm gone tomorrow. And when
Right.
they watch Harry Potter movies,
Yeah,
full circle,
they
they're gonna go,
think of you.
I know someone
Right.
in England.
Yeah.
I mean, not really, but they're
Right.
gonna think that they do. And I crushed it. Not as good as you though, with your British accents.
you.
Yours is like super good.
I do it a lot. When I was in middle school, I used to like narrate what I was doing all the time. I'd be like, all right, like I'm about to go downstairs, like get some dinner. Like I just loved it. I did it all the time. But I don't know if it was good enough. I found the guys on Instagram and they had like the whole like UK thing like in their bio and everything. So I think they're genuine Brits.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, when I was talking to the one, his friend came up and I said something in an accent and he was like, oh my gosh, you British? And I was like, yeah. And I said something, and then later he's like, you're Australian. And I was like, yeah, you got me.
You're from Queens, England.
Yeah.
Because he's like, well, first of all, why would you just not own up that you're from Australia? Like, why is Australia
Yeah,
less
exactly.
than
Yeah,
England?
right?
Like, you're not from the homeland. You're one of those
Right.
Australians.
Yeah.
Like, oh, matey. I can't do Australian.
Caroline wants me to be, Caroline's my roommate for those of you who don't know, but she wants me to be Steve Irwin for Halloween, this upcoming Halloween. And
Get a blonde wig and everything.
yeah, well, the other day, she thought that he had died from an alligator attack. And we were talking about him, and I was like, Steve Irwin, like, rest in peace. And she literally goes, rest in pieces. And I said, Caroline, he died from a stingray. I was like, not pieces. I said,
Also,
he died
it's a
whole.
crocodile, not an alligator.
Yeah. Oh. Well, she wants me to walk around with a crocodile, I guess, then, and start talking in an Australian accent.
That'd be fantastic. I mean, I could totally see
Maybe
you
the
doing
dingo ate your baby.
the dingo.
That's not a knife. This is a
a
knife.
Because I also like the clip that we watched with Chris Pratt. It's like, what am I, your mother?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know what he was doing, but he was on some show. And that he did that. And that's where we kind of started that
Yeah.
whole, like
A little
what
back
am I,
and
your
forth.
mother?
Yeah.
Golly. Sydney, let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
In the world that we're living in 2023, which is wild,
So crazy.
crazy,
Mm-hmm.
craziest thing in the world,
Literally.
because it's currently what we're in right now.
Yeah.
What is someone like you think about their future? Like, do you
Ooh.
think about your future in the terms of like your career of I want to go start this? Are you jaded about the future? Like, what would you say your generation is? Do they even think about it that far?
I think it depends on what part of my future I'm looking at. So I have like different areas in my life that I look towards. So during school right now, I look towards teaching. I'm a teaching major, so I'm like, okay, how's my life gonna look when I'm in a classroom? Yeah, education major. So I'm like, how is my life gonna look like when I'm a teacher, like career wise? But then I also think about like potentially being a mother. Like, how's that part of my life gonna look? Like, I don't know. I just think about a lot of different things, but that's.
Does it ever stress you out, or does it more?
Oh, for sure.
Or is it more of excitement?
No, it's full of stress, pretty much.
Full of stress
Yeah.
each time?
I mean, it's like excitement, but it's like I have to go through stress until I get to that point.
Yeah, I got you. I was just thinking about this the other day of like, I've been in a pretty good season of just being where I'm at, just being content and loving life.
Right.
Like I don't have anything to do today. I'll just go do something different or
Yeah.
whatever. And now I'm in a season where I kind of need to start thinking about career, start thinking about the next moves. I'm also, single, and I don't want to go move to the average age is, 85 years old. It's okay, well, that's not going to work out. So you have to start thinking about that as well.
Yeah.
And I started like getting a little stressed out. And I was trying to balance of like, how do I just be content, be the same that I've been, but still focus on the future? It's like a balance of not getting overwhelmed and just being I don't know if content's the right word, just being satisfied. Just, like life is good. Like I'm just loving God, loving people, but also I don't know if that made sense or not.
Yeah,
but.
I'm definitely trying to live in the moment right now. Like whenever I do think about my future, it overwhelms me a little bit. So I just try to take it day by day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah. Do you read any books?
No.
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 All right, Nathan. Hey, Nathan. Nathan's our scholar usually. Hey, Nathan, what do you got over here? No.
Have you heard of Colleen Hoover?
Oh, I thought you were about to say, I've heard about books.
I've heard about them. I used to read Magic Treehouse back in the day.
Magic Tree, is that the Herbert Hoover? What'd you say?
Colleen Hoover?
Oh,
no,
Colleen.
no, that's not Magic Treehouse. Colleen
Okay.
Hoover has like more of these like romance books that sound more like kind of my age group, kind of, we're her audience right now. So I'm interested in those. Like if I were to, if big if I were to read any books, it would probably be one of those, but I don't know.
I got you. Today, we had a lunch meeting today, and we were told about Guthrie's. Have you heard of Guthrie's?
Yeah.
It's like a chicken
The chicken
place.
Yeah.
So
They're making a new one.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Incoming.
Yeah.
I've never been there before.
Okay.
I've been to Cane's with you.
Right.
We went there for the first time in New Orleans. And then, I've been to Zaxby's, and I've never been to a Guthrie's. And we've been hyping up for 2 weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
We've been hyping up going to Guthrie's today. We get there. We pull up. There's like one car in the parking lot. And I was like, but it's like 1:30. I was like,
right.
Is it the late lunch crowd? That's not looking too sharp. And then there's like a crane still outside. And like some boxes.
Is it
I was
not
like,
made yet?
yo, I don't think this is open. And Ruth, shout out to Ruth.
Right.
We love her. She's the one that said, it opened up January 31st. And we're like, okay, well, it doesn't look open. She's like, no, I'm telling you, it's open. There's people in there. And there was 2 people inside. I was like, oh, it doesn't look very busy, but okay, like whatever. So we go in and I go to look inside. There's nothing like ready, like or set up at all. And there's nothing. There's no in the drive-thru. There's no like menu at all.
Okay,
it's like the door's locked. And I was like, okay, this is embarrassing. And someone inside saw me and came to walk. I was like, oh, I don't want to talk to you. I just know it's closed. And she came to open up and was like, we don't open up until the end of the month. And I was like,
oh my gosh.
Oh, okay. Well, like, no problem. Like,
February 31st.
February. Yeah. Well, there's not 31 days.
Right.
Okay.
It's 28.
Okay. So March 2nd.
Right.
And then, so that was like, oh my gosh. So we're all just like ragging on Ruth. And then they're like, all right, let's go to Jimmy John's. Because Jimmy John's is right there.
I love Jimmy John's.
So we go to Jimmy John's. We're like, okay, cool.
They closed.
No, only the drive-thru is open.
Oh.
So we can't even go inside and get some sandwiches. And so
boring.
then we went to this Mexican restaurant that was like next to it, like or close to it. And by this point, I was like, just choose a place.
Yeah.
And it was like $20 a person.
Oh.
It was pretty expensive.
Yeah.
So that's how my day was today.
Well, do you know, apparently the guy... Apparently, have
Apparently.
you seen the apparently? I love him. Anyway, the guy who started Zaxby's worked at Guthrie's and took the recipe, and that's how he created Zaxby's.
Wait, what?
I'm pretty sure.
The Scandalous?
I know. I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
Well, because I thought Zaxby's was like Georgia Southern, like Statesboro. Or is that where he opened up the first one, but he worked in Athens, maybe?
I don't know. I think that's who it's from. It might be a different one, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
What's up with Georgia having like the best Georgia? I mean, like Chick-fil-A started in Georgia,
right?
Guthrie's now.
We are the
Zaxby's.
state of chicken, aren't we? Isn't that?
Well, Gainesville is the poultry capital of the world.
Well, there you go.
So I guess we have a lot of chickens, but that doesn't mean we always have like the best. I mean,
but
all right, let's do this. Let's do a little game.
Okay.
You versus me, and the audience is going to be our judge.
Okay.
All right, we're going to do a draft.
Oh, okay.
You do a top 5, and I do a top 5.
Of chicken places?
Of chicken places. But when you say one or I say one,
It's
it eliminates.
I can't even think of 10 chicken places.
Well, you don't have to think of 5 unless I say the same one that you say.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
And then you, as the audience, get to judge top chicken places.
Okay.
You want to go first?
Kind of.
I'll let you go first. And then explain why you choose it. What do you got?
I'm kind of nervous. I feel like this is a little controversial, but I'm going to say Chick-fil-A.
Is your number one?
I think
How's that controversial? It's like the best place.
Okay.
Controversial opinion. I choose the most delicious, successful chicken place. Yeah, ooh, super controversial. Oh, people are writing letters right now.
A lot of people are like, just hate on Chick-fil-A for some reason. They think that it's
not my. Well, here's my thing. It's not my favorite. So there you go.
Exactly. So it's controversial to you.
Yeah. But you choose Chick-fil-A?
I think so.
Okay.
It's just something in that pickle juice, you know?
The pickle juice chicken, baby. Let's go.
Pickle juice.
All right. For my first pick. All right. So you have Chick-fil-A. My
Yeah.
first pick. I'm gonna go with Zaxby's.
I knew you were going to say
I'm gonna go Zaxby's. And here's the thing. It also has. I enjoy Zaxby's fries when they're seasoned properly more than Chick-fil-A.
Really?
So, yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
All right. What's your second?
I'm going to go with Raising Cane's.
Ooh, raisin. I didn't even think about Raising Cane's. God.
They had some good chicken.
God.
Yeah.
That is true.
I have another one.
Wait,
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Well, dang it. Yeah, Raising Cane's. That was Zaxby's. Okay. I'm going to go with my second pick of the draft is going to be Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go because I love it. Popeyes,
Ooh.
because the chicken sandwiches
Yeah.
at Popeye are fantastic.
I don't like our Popeyes.
Well, here's the thing though. Popeyes, terrible customer service.
Right.
Always slow. Delicious
Also,
chicken sandwich.
Kind of gross.
Well, it depends on which one.
The one in Forsyth is not.
Yeah, it is
not
kind of
too
gross.
great.
Well, the one in
They-
Dawson's not much better either.
Yeah.
But the chicken
The
sandwich.
the chicken is good. When
So good.
you and Shout Out to Pistol brought me a chicken sandwich one time, and I didn't have to go in and see Popeyes. So when
That
the
is
food was
true.
brought to me and I eat it in the comfort of our office, really good chicken sandwich.
And it's plenty of chicken.
It's
I've
like just enough, like
I've had some
ratio
Chick-fil-A
chicken to the bun.
sandwiches.
Yeah,
Where it's not enough chicken. It's like, there's a lot of bread on this
Yeah.
sandwich. Popeyes, never had a problem.
yeah.
All right, so that's my top two
Okay.
so far.
My third, I don't know the exact name of this.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's called Hot Honey Chicken. You know that
The
place
one in Nashville?
in Nashville?
Yeah.
What is it? Is that what it's called?
Well, that's the type of chicken.
That's
hot
the type.
honey.
I don't know what the name.
Was that
of
a
it
name of
is.
a restaurant?
No, it was what they sell.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know the name.
So you're just saying I have this chicken.
It was so good,
It
but
was
I
really
forgot what it
good.
was.
Do not remember the name of the
No,
place.
but I think they're opening one in Athens, and we all like ate it when I went on my trip to Nashville. We all went there because we were like, Nashville's the only place we can get this. Like, we have to eat this right now. And now they're opening one in Athens. We're like, all right, road trip.
Yeah, it's just a sauce. It's just
Okay, well, that's the place I'm choosing.
well, and hey, so in your list so far, it's just the city of Nashville ?
Let me look it up.
Yeah, you look it up as I go for my third choice.
Yeah.
When we're thinking chicken places, I want to go. Oh my gosh, what is the? Well-
Look who doesn't know the name
No,
now.
no. Well, there's one place that has legendary chicken fingers, but it's gonna be a place that no one's ever been to unless you're a local. So I'm not gonna choose that.
Okay.
So I want to go with. Oh gosh, I want to go with. What's the one that we went to in New Orleans?
Did I go to the same one
Is
as
that
you?
Cane's?
Yeah, that was Cane's.
You already chose that?
Yeah.
Dang it! I
That was
just
my
said
second
it.
one. I know.
Dang
That
it.
was a good one, right?
Oh gosh, I gotta do something better. I've never been there before, but I'm gonna do a bold choice and say
Okay.
Guthrie's. That's my third choice. I got Zaxby's,
Okay.
Popeyes, and Guthrie's.
Okay.
And Guthrie's, best chicken maybe I've ever had that I've never been to.
Well, I still can't find the name of this, but
Oh,
Hattie B's. Hattie B's.
Hattie B's. Okay, actually, I have
Hattie
heard of Hattie B's. All
It
right.
was good. Okay.
What's your fourth choice?
My
Actually,
fourth?
I just got my fifth or my fourth one.
Oh, no.
I'm so ready. Please don't choose it.
If I do, I'm gonna be really proud of myself. Okay, I'm probably not going to, because this one, a lot of people I've heard don't love this place.
Oh.
However, or maybe not, it's just not a fan favorite, but
Mm-hmm.
you go there, whatever. I really love some Wendy's chicken.
That's a weak choice.
I know,
That's a
I
weak
know,
choice.
but you know what? My top three are really strong, so
Weak choice. Here's my number 4. You ready?
yeah.
Publix.
Ooh,
That Publix chicken.
That Publix.
So good. You get a pub sub, a chicken tender pub sub.
Mm-hmm.
Those chicken tenders, delicious.
I call it Sublix, but whatever.
Or maybe we should put that Publix. Is it pub sub or
Pub sub.
Sublix?
Yeah.
Controversial. But
It's
Publix,
definitely not Sublix,
that's not a
that's-
chicken place you were thinking of.
Well, because it's not a chicken place; it's a
Well,
grocery
it's-
store.
well, it sells chicken. So it's a chicken place.
Okay.
What's your definition of a chicken place? I think that right there puts my list over your list. But you still have a fifth choice though to
Okay.
round it out.
Okay.
What do you got? Your Wendy's. Oh god.
Guthrie's. I've never been there before, but I'll pick
Dude,
Guthrie's.
But the people listening though,
They're
I
like,
bet they've
yeah,
been there.
Guthrie's. Okay, I'm gonna say. I don't know another one. I told you I didn't know enough places. I made some really good chicken the other day, so can I say Kroger?
Kroger.
And I pick up some raw chicken and I go make it myself. I made some really good chicken.
You're the worst. Here's my fifth choice. Then you're a Kroger making my own.
Kroger also has really good rotisserie chicken. Have you ever had it? I bet not.
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's really good.
So you're going from your homemade chicken to rotisserie chicken?
You chose
At Kroger?
Publix chicken at the pub subs.
Dude.
If you chose a
Well, no,
grocery
I'm just
store, I
saying
can
you
choose
could do it. They had chicken tenders. I just eat the tenders. I'm saying you could chop it up and put it in a sandwich. And you or rotisserie chicken from Kroger. That's your fourth choice. My fifth choice.
I don't like that. That sounds weird.
Your choice, not mine. My fifth one though. McDonald's.
Ugh.
I love chicken nuggets. Dude, they're nugs.
That's all I get at McDonald's. I don't know why I didn't say that actually.
Yeah, I was saying that's why I thought you were going to choose that earlier.
I do love McDonald's
over Wendy's.
It's just have you ever seen the videos of them like testing it?
Stop.
The chicken.
Fake news.
It's
not true. I've had nugs since '92.
No, literally.
All right,
have you seen that
and I'm
video?
still living.
Have you seen that video of the lady that found the hamburger in her like basement or something?
That's not real.
It had a timestamp on it. On the receipt, those.
And I saw Star Wars, and guess what? I don't think most of that's real. It looked pretty real, but I don't think it is.
Did it have a timestamp? I bet
it had a
not.
timestamp. I was like,
no, she had like an actual receipt with the timestamp, and it had the box and everything from back in the day.
And she opened it, and the burger was pristine.
Not the bun, but the patty was, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I mean that's probably.
Exactly.
That pickle shriveled though.
Yeah.
I mean that thing,
for sure.
Yeah, but chicken nuggets though, I mean that's a staple of my childhood.
Yeah.
And I'm going for the nostalgic fact.
Yeah.
So did you do 5?
Yeah.
What was your 5th one?
Kroger.
That was your number 5?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your total right now?
Okay.
You had
Chick-fil-A,
Cane's,
Hattie B's,
Wendy's, and Kroger rotisserie chicken. And then I had Zaxby's, Popeyes, Guthrie's, which I've never been to, but I'm pretty sure it's delicious.
It's a lot of faith and
Publix
trust in
chicken
Guthrie's.
tenders, and then McDonald's chicken nuggets.
Honestly,
KFC
two of those
was not
shouldn't
there.
have even counted because Guthrie's came from Zaxby's. I mean, Zaxby's came from Guthrie's.
It's my number 1, dude. If life imitates art, or if they can imitate it and make it better.
Ooh, you know what? Can I change my 5th?
Oh my
I think I can since you didn't say this one. I'm changing
okay,
it.
what is it?
Tanner's.
Dude, they had some of the
Tanner's
best
has
chicken
some
fingers.
really good chicken.
But here's the thing, though. If we're asking the people to vote on this, and they've
Tanner's
never been
not-
to Tanner's.
You've never been to Guthrie's and you put that on your list.
Yeah, but I'm assuming most
I have
people
4 other options that people can choose from, and we
Whatever.
all know Chick-fil-A is going to win their hearts.
Anyways, vote today. DM us on Instagram. Comment below on YouTube. Maybe we'll clip it. We'll put like a little top 5.
Yeah.
And I want to know who wins. Benny.
Benny.
I was trying to put Bid or Sid, and I just put Benny.
Benny.
Bid. Oh my gosh.
You or me? Who wins?
Yeah. Ben or Sydney.
There you go.
Golly, my chicken place is going to destroy you.
The one you've never been to?
Dude, if we had to open up a restaurant right now, what would it be?
Are you asking what type of food we'd sell or like what the name would be?
Both. Obviously both.
Obviously, duh.
Why would you even ask that?
You know, I've actually been on a really good food kick recently, like making my own food.
Mm-hmm.
And I made some real good food, let me tell you. I went to Kroger the other day. Kroger. Not on my list anymore, but it still will forever be in my heart. And I got some chicken, and I made a giant tub of chicken and rice with teriyaki sauce. So good. And then I made another giant tub of barbecue chicken, and I put it on flatbread pizza with barbecue sauce, and I made barbecue chicken pizza. So good.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, and I also I sauteed some onions, so I put some onions on it. It was so
love
good.
onions.
It's so good. I sauteed some more today too, because I used the rest of the chicken and I put it in fajita seasoning, and I made fajitas tonight. That was my dinner.
God.
I also got stuff to make my own sushi, but it was a little.
Wait, can you make sushi?
Yeah.
You know how to do that? With rice and stuff?
Yeah.
Who are you? I was just like kind of coming up with a topic for the podcast, and turns out you're a Chef Sydney over here.
I really haven't. Well, you know, the first time I came on the podcast, I told all of our wonderful viewers that was something I wanted to do, was be a food nutrition teacher.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
You did talk about that.
You know, I'm
I
a
was
foodie.
thinking you were going to go the baking route, like bake cakes or donut.
I do.
I want to
enjoy
open up a
doing that
donut
also.
shop.
Well, for my birthday, I had a bunch of girls come over, and I pre-made a bunch of cupcakes, and then I had us have like a little cupcake wars. We decorated a bunch of cupcakes.
We're doing that tomorrow for one of our youth events. We're doing cupcakes.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
And bowling?
Mm-hmm.
Consider me there.
Da-da.
Da-da.
So, well, Sydney, I appreciate you coming on the podcast. How do you feel being the first, YouTubed.
Oh, I keep
female.
forgetting that's there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It
Yeah. We're
stresses
on
me out.
camera.
I never look at the camera. Sorry.
Hey, what's up? Well, that's fine.
Makes me nervous.
The majority of our listeners are audio only, so
Okay.
this is. But we are growing
Right.
onto like one of our highest ones. We have like 100 on YouTube, and for it to count as a view on YouTube, they have to click on it, like physically have to click on it, and then watch it for like a minute.
A whole minute?
Yeah, to count as a view.
Wow.
And so we have 100. So I mean,
yeah.
that's pretty
100
good.
minutes right there.
And then we also have our Apple and Spotify numbers, which are also separate. So it's been pretty good.
Have you checked Amazon Music? Because that's what I listen to them on.
I think we're on Amazon Music.
I know. That's what I watch them on or listen to them on.
Oh, ours?
Yeah.
Oh, I need to start plugging that more too. I didn't know
Yeah.
people really did that.
Well, if you have Amazon Prime, it kind of like automatically gives you a free subscription to like all the songs.
Oh.
Like any song. It's like Spotify Plus or whatever like when you pay Spotify Premium, it's like
Oh,
that.
so
but
instead of just save your money from
Yeah,
Spotify
exactly.
and just be on Amazon.
yeah.
'Cause you get Prime Video, Prime Shopping, Prime
Yeah.
Music. Wow,
I
Amazon's
think I think
Yeah.
I might be wrong, but I'm
No,
pretty
you're
sure.
not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're right. You're
Talking to the
Be
CEO of
bold.
Amazon actually right now.
Be bold.
Right.
You're right.
Always.
Gosh. So I was thinking about this for our nuggets of wisdom
Oh, okay.
segment to
Yeah.
to wrap it up. What time is it? Oh, we actually had some pretty good time. I want to do one more story real quick.
Okay, go for it.
Have you had a formal yet? Like a
I have been to one, yeah.
like
I've
a,
only been
was
to
it-
one.
Was it semi or was it formal? Like wasn't there like
I've been
two?
to both, yeah. We do one each semester. So spring semester we have wait, what semester is it? It's spring right now.
Yeah, it's spring right now.
semester we have formal.
Where am I at right
Where
now?
am I at?
What day of the week? Is it February 31st? I don't know. Great callback.
We have formal in the spring and semi in the fall.
Okay, and is one like kind of like prom? One's like homecoming.
Exactly, yeah. Formal is prom and semi is homecoming.
Are they all destination?
No.
Okay.
Or yes.
Because I know y'all went to Nashville for
Okay,
something.
so that was for frat trips. Frat is completely different than sorority. So sororities, we don't go places. At least not for Phi Mu, we don't. So Phi Mu, we just went to like a winery, and I think that's where our formal is this year. Our semi was at like a brewery, and then Nashville was for Sigma Chi's formal trip, and then in their spring semester they go on a thing they call it White Rose. I don't know what other frats call it, but it's their beach trip. So in the spring they go on a beach trip, and that's like their semi.
Okay.
So the frats are what is like destinational type stuff.
See, I like the non-destinational because it seems like it's a little cheaper.
Oh, for sure.
You have to pay
Absolutely.
whatever.
Yeah.
I only went to one formal in college, and it was Zeta Tau Alpha.
Okay.
So it wasn't even at North Georgia.
Yeah.
And it was fun. It was like, it was like a dance. I didn't know anybody but my date.
Right.
And you know me, just going, bah, 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 bah,
Oh, for
like, for sure. And had a great time. But it made me realize I went to North Georgia for like 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Why was I not plugged into sorority life? I'm a great date.
Yeah.
I can dance.
Yeah.
I can socialize. I can make you shine.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
People go, man, that guy was awesome.
Like, oh
Like,
my
that's a great
gosh.
date. But I never got the opportunity
sorry.
at North Georgia. And so what I want you to do is I want you to find the person who needs the opportunity to shine.
Yeah.
And let them go.
I like that.
All right.
Absolutely. I went alone last year, or for our semi, I went by myself.
Well, wasn't that your first one?
No, formal was my first one. I joined the sorority a
and
year
you went
ago.
with a
I went
blind
with-
date, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of
Well,
my friends
I dated. Who was not
wanted,
blind,
like,
but-
one of my friend's dates wanted to go. My friend's date's friend
Oh my gosh, I'm confused. Your friend's date who had a friend.
who had a friend wanted to go. So I just put his name down with mine.
Okay. And y'all went together?
Yeah.
Oh wait, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't talk about
Yeah.
that. Unless we want to spill the tea. We should do an episode that we don't release.
Ooh, can we?
But we need to
we start
record it.
name dropping.
I'm talking about names. I'm talking about receipts. I'm talking about what this guy, because you have a lot of dating stories.
Mm-hmm.
And what people don't realize is Sydney has a very high moral and value code.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like the right
Yeah.
terminology. And still funny, flirtatious, but not like I know what I want
Right.
in life. And you have some boys in college who are just that. They're boys.
Yeah.
But we are trying to get Sydney to stop dating those boys.
What do we mean stop? I've never had a boyfriend. I don't commit. I just I realize that they're not worth my time, and I'm like, you know what? You're not going to ruin my 20-year streak of being single. So.
But have you had some emotional turmoil though with some of them though?
Yeah.
A little bit. So that's all I'm saying.
But that's okay because tears equal growth.
Do they?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I hope so. Water. You need water on plants to grow.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. So, anyways, am I gonna DJ
Are
the
you?
formal? You said you're gonna give me the plug-in DJ.
Yeah.
Fudge.
Well, it's not. Oh, we do have formal in March. I'll see. I'll see if they need. I don't know. The 25th.
I'm busy that weekend. So.
Oh, dang it.
What weekend was it? Super busy. I'm just kidding. You have to tell people you can't do it, so you sound more exclusive.
Right. But then really you just don't get any jobs ever.
Yeah. But people think you're exclusive.
Right.
And that's kind of my market.
Right.
Like they've asked me for years now. And I was like, I'm so busy.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Like, busy work. Can't tell you. So we like to end it with
This is at home podcasting. Busy work.
Hey, this podcast is gonna blow up to a point.
It has blown up.
That is. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
I'm my best friend.
Yeah, that's right.
So that was like the nicest thing. It has blown up.
It has.
Quality wise. So nuggets of wisdom. Sorry, I'm giggling over here.
Yeah.
What nugget of wisdom do you have for our audience today?
I was actually thinking about this earlier because every single time I get caught off guard and I forget and it stresses me out.
Oh,
so I think my nugget of wisdom today is seize the day because I've been kind of in a season.
Carpe diem?
I don't know what that means, but sure.
Wait, no. No, ma'am. You're not going to come onto this podcast and say seize the day and not know where that comes from. Are you kidding me? Carpe diem. You ever seen Dead Poet Society? Robin Williams?
No.
Oh my gosh. It is Latin for seize the day.
I figured.
And so he gets up, he goes, "Oh, Captain, my captain." And Captain. Yo, you captain? No, I ain't captain. Captain.
Right.
Oh, Captain, my captain. Right?
Yeah.
Which is, I actually don't know where that's from. I think that's from Shakespeare. Anyways.
You come in this podcast studio.
And you don't even know what Shakespeare it is? I'm pretty sure it's like Macbeth. Someone fact check me. It's either Macbeth or some type of Shakespeare. Anyways, he says carpe diem, and he's telling these kids, like, who are in this boarding school,
Right.
and they have like no fun. They're all about academics.
Oh, okay.
And Robin Williams comes as a teacher, and it's like, what are you doing? Are you not reading this poetry? I can't even speak. I'm on a
getting
podcast.
too excited, yeah.
I know. My brain is going faster than my mouth. So, but he gets this, and it's as an educator, you have to see this movie.
Go home and watch
Like
it
we
tonight.
actually watched it in an education
Is it in a book?
class.
Because I'd way rather read it. I'm sorry.
If this wasn't a podcast with video, here, watch this. It's off camera. That's to you. All right. So it's incredible because he goes in there and he invokes passion. He invokes thought, and he goes like, "This is incredible things that you are missing into what this is." He says, "Carpe diem," and seize the day. And it's actually a whole quote. It's not just seize the day, but he's like, seize the opportunity to like to go and be bold, like we were saying earlier. And so, yeah, carpe diem. We're watching Dead Poet Society together.
Have you ever seen
Done.
Freedom Riders?
No.
Oh, that's a good movie too. It's also about a teacher.
You ever seen Hunger Games? That's pretty good too. Like, all right.
Harry Potter?
Anyways, you were saying lately I've been saying seize the day.
That's not what I was saying. I said lately I've been in a season of being a little lazy and I feel like I need to seize my days.
Oh.
That's what I was going to say, but then you mocked me and made fun of me, so now...
I did not make fun of you. I encourage you to be better.
Right. You encouraged me to be bold, and that's what I'm doing.
Seizing the day.
Seizing the day.
Each and every day.
Yeah.
This is my piece of advice.
Sorry.
As I
Pause for effect.
pause for effect, scratch the head,
Right.
turn the hat to make. Here's the thing. One, every single day you wake up, say, I'm going to make a commitment and surrender my will to God. Every single day I wake up and I go, it is not about me. It is God's will. And God, what would you have me do? And I want to do that every time I brush my teeth. I brush my teeth a good bit. Everybody does it. Well, hopefully everybody brushes their teeth. And that's a good conversational.
Good way to start your morning.
God, I'm going to commit to you and say yes to you. I'm going to surrender my will and just ask you, like, what would you have me do today?
Yeah.
What would you have me do? And I think when you do that, it sets your heart and mind onto a track that is more, I don't know, holy, more fulfilling, more worthwhile, more intentional than it is just, all right. And then, because we have such a reactive faith instead of a proactive.
Yeah.
And I really wish I had a more proactive in my faith. And not that reactive is not, I mean, God's going to be there for you no matter what, but it's just so reactive to everything. We wait till we're in the storm instead of preparing. It's like we walk out into the rain instead of looking at the forecast and getting an umbrella and a rain jacket. Yeah, the rain's still unfortunate, but guess what? I have an umbrella and rain jacket. It's the same thing with our faith.
Yeah.
We're both in the same storm, but one of us was a little more proactive with building connections with God. So, and I hope I said that on mic and not too far off mic. Does that make sense, though?
I loved it, yeah.
That just came off. Honestly, this came off the dome.
Yeah.
I didn't prep.
No, it was like really good.
Like, can we open a church? And we call
right
it
here.
And we'll serve you. No, I'm just kidding. You can serve the food.
yeah.
Dude, that's how you get people to go to church. You serve them food, man. You give them fajitas.
I make some good food. My roommate walked in when I was
Fajitas and
making
faith,
them,
baby.
and her and her boyfriend were like, "What are you making?" And I was like, "Oh, just like reheating my fajitas." And they're like, "That smells so good." I was like, "Yeah."
It is pretty good.
Yeah.
Last thing I'll ask you, because I just want to get your opinion on Mike. Bowl peanuts, yay or nay?
Absolutely.
Okay. Then we need to talk, because I got
Okay.
some bowl peanuts, and I'm so excited. I found them in Ingles.
Okay.
They're frozen. You buy them frozen, and then, no. Don't make that. I don't want that face. What is that? Okay, seize the day, okay? We're seizing the day.
Right.
We're being bold with boiled peanuts. But they're frozen, and then you just get a pot?
Yeah.
Is that a pot, right?
Yeah,
You get a pot, and you get some peanuts, frozen peanuts, you put them in there, and then you put water, and you just boil it,
Yeah.
and then they're ready to eat. Like, they're already, like, pre-boiled.
Okay.
It's supposed to be really good. That's what I've
Yeah.
heard.
You could also just get regular peanuts and put them in a pot of water with salt and boil
That's
those.
that's not how you do it, actually.
I'm pretty sure it is. My mom used to make them. She made them like one time. It kind of stunk up the house though, so be prepared. That might happen. It might stink up the house.
Well, I'll bring them
I
on the ski trip. So that's what
Love boiled peanuts. Shout out to Mr. Mike on the
Mr.
road,
Mike.
the road that we live on.
Mhm.
He has a little boiled peanut stand, and that's where, ever since I was a kid, like 5 years old, my mom would pull in, and I'd jump out of the car and like go give him money, and he'd hand me like. He'd have a paper bag and then like a Walmart bag inside of the paper bag and then filled with boiled peanuts.
God,
And we'd bring them home.
yes.
I used to have this little bowl that had like a divider, and I'd break open the shells and I'd put the shells in there, and then I'd have like all my peanuts on the other side. Oh, it was so good.
Do you ever do Cajun? Little spice into
No,
it?
I've only ever had. I love them plain.
Well, I love them plain too, and I've never had. Well, I haven't had Cajun like growing up, and then
Okay, I've never had
maybe
that.
like a year or two ago, someone introduced them to me, and they're pretty good too.
Well,
I like them both ways. Though.
my dad's from New Jersey, and so the Northerners think boiled peanuts are disgusting. So whenever his family comes down, we like make them try it, and we're like, you need to see. I think some of them have been all right.
and they
with
don't
it.
drink sweet tea either.
No, one time
Well, I
I
don't
went.
drink sweet tea.
I went
but-
to New Jersey and I asked them for sweet tea, and they brought me out a glass of unsweet tea and sugar, and I was like, that's not what I wanted.
Yeah.
It's just not the same because it takes too long for the sugar to dissolve.
Yeah, kind of get into it.
So, yeah.
I wonder if Northerners have things that they do that we don't eat. Because it seems like we
Yeah.
always have things that they don't do.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have sweet tea. We don't have boiled
I will
peanuts.
say you would love a New Jersey sub. They have some really good subs in New Jersey.
Is it just bread and meat and cheese?
Okay, it's like different. Like the meat is like
I'm
it's
at it,
like
I don't
New
know.
Jersey meat. Like it's just well a lot of at least a lot of the people there in my dad's area are kind of Italian type. So I think it's just like the
yeah.
Italian way of a sub life.
Well, that's like good eating. You know, it's like local,
Yeah.
good food. That's one of the things. Like when we were traveling, we would try to go instead of going to a name brand place. We would try to go to mom and pop.
Yeah.
You know, hole in the wall
I love
restaurant.
it. Those are my favorite.
We went to this one place. I know we're trying to wrap up the podcast, but we went to a shrimp. We were in New Orleans and we went to this place. It was a hole in the wall, and we got shrimp po' boys. And sometimes when you order it from like a fancier restaurant, they'll give you like a sandwich with a lot of bread and like 3 shrimp. And it's like, okay, this is not really. I don't want a shrimp po' boy. Do you know what shrimp po' boy is?
No, but I've heard of it.
It's like a hoagie sub that has a bunch of fried shrimp in it.
Ooh.
And with like lettuce, and then sometimes like mayonnaise.
Okay.
And this one was like a little soaked. It was soft bread, and they filled it up. I had like 45 shrimp.
Oh my god!
Like it was like giant. Like I couldn't even. Like I had to get a fork, and you just like eat it like a sandwich. And it's like po boy, and like po sub, and it's supposed to be like, I think like the term comes when they were poor. It was like a poor man's sub. You just get some shrimp and mayonnaise and a sandwich and just eat it because shrimp was so cheap.
Not anymore.
Back in the day. And so it was so good though. And they had gravy with fries.
Ooh.
That was like interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, those
I
New
love
Orleans. Anyways, well, Sydney, thank you for being on the podcast.
Thank you for having me. I love it.
Do you think you'll ever come back?
I don't know. We'll see.
No. And maybe we'll ask Nathan to show up next time.
Yeah.
God, look at this. He's not even Nathan. He didn't talk at all. You're not even looking at me right now. Anyways, if you haven't already, sorry, it's an audio only joke or video only joke.
Yeah.
We're on YouTube, so if you would please subscribe.
And they need to understand his joke.
Yeah,
so,
then you can,
yeah.
Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications. Tell people about it. If you're on Apple and Spotify and you're day one people, we love you. And also, let us know about the top 5 chicken places.
Ooh, yeah.
Because I want to put that on Instagram too, and maybe we can clip it where like it just has like us saying our top 5s.
Yeah.
Anyways, I have to ask Gracie to do that. She does. Oh, that's another person I didn't give a shout out to.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Gracie makes all of our clips for us.
Yeah.
Like, because she knows how to do all that stuff.
I love it.
Man, I forgot. I hope she listens all the way through. We love you, Gracie. And so we love you all for listening. And if you also, I would want to throw this out there, if you're already through the episode this far, you can listen to this, is we're looking for, people have asked me to get t-shirts. People ask me for stickers and like merch and stuff. And we've already went through our first like 2019, original run of stuff. And I'm looking to change it up a little bit. Like, so if you want to do a Great White Buffalo artwork, custom artwork, if you want to do like a sticker design, a graphic design, t-shirts, or even just artwork for the studio. We have a huge studio. We're on YouTube now. You can see all the stuff. Allison Barnes painted stuff, Sydney, Alex, other people. And so we have so much artwork. We just love that it's like a fan made. Like fans of the podcast have helped out so much. So we just want to give a shout out. If you want to do that, DM me, message me, and we can talk, because I think that this would be really cool to lift artists and graphic designers and stuff like that. And if you're like really good at making t-shirts, you want to help us make a t-shirt, I mean, that'd be sick too. So anyways, we love you. Thank you for listening to the Great White Buffalo podcast. Sydney, thank you.
Thanks.
You're the best.
No, you.
No.
No.
Carpe diem.
Right.
Seize the day.
Seize the day.
All right. See ya.